the today's session. So what we are going to see today is more about the IT operation management. Okay. Before we that, we will have some platform overview around the service now, then CMDB overview, and then subsequently we will go through the ITOM discovery, event management, service mappings. Okay. We'll talk about some use cases, verbally discussions around during the when I will walk you through this PPT. Yeah. So quickly start. Okay, so what is a ServiceNow platform? Okay, so ServiceNow as a platform is a SaaS as a solution for the enterprise customers. Okay, it's purely hosted on a cloud. There are 8 data centers. Those data centers are pair, whereas 16 data centers in a 4 region primarily. There are high availability and the disaster recovery which is already been in place on this platform. Okay, ServiceNow offers 96.7% of availability of the application to the customer. Okay, so let me quickly move to the what are the different offerings and modules are there which ServiceNow offers. One is the IT service management, IT operation management, IT business management, software asset management, GRC, security operation, HR, intelligence app, and CSM. So let's see what is primarily into the IT operation management, which we are going to be focused today is on the event management. The offerings for the ITOM is event management, operational intelligence, service mapping, discovery, cloud management, and orchestration. These are the offerings of the ServiceNow IT operation management. When we get a subscription of the ServiceNow platform, it will come along with the ITSM and a CMDB suite. Okay, so there is no separate subscription required for a CMDB. It is an out-of-the-box offering for the platform. Okay, the new feature which is added into the IT operation management is the mobility. Okay, so previously the people who has worked previously on the older version of Kingston's London, right? They don't have the mobility function. So unlike the ITSM and HR module, there was no mobility function on the mobiles. So that on the fly you can look into the issues and ticket and react on this or respond to them. Now ServiceNow has introduced the mobility as the function into the IT operation management. There are a couple of other features which has been added into the Orlando version, and coming into the Paris, there will be new features will be added. The couple of new features which is added into the IT operation primarily. So we will walk you through that into this particular series of PPT screens. So yes, all you guys know the mechanism which is available to integrate with any third-party solutions. ServiceNow has a powerful platform. We can leverage the REST, SOAP, JDBC. There are data imports, manual imports we can do. There are integration with the cloud resource like Azure, AWS. We can do that integrations in terms of a cloud management perspective, in terms of a cloud discovery perspective also. So what is ITOM in a nutshell, right? So primarily any organization, any enterprise wanted to have a visibility in a place around their IT infrastructure, right? So it is more important to have those devices inventory. When I say the devices inventory, or we can refer to as a configuration item into the ServiceNow CMDB or any CMDB, irrespective of the ServiceNow, it's the devices once it is gauged into the CMDB is referred as a configuration item. So it is more important for any enterprise customer, any industrial enterprise, okay, to have a visibility around their IT operation management. So very most important first thing is that you should have an inventory in a place. You should know what are the devices are being in my landscape, irrespective of their whether they are virtual devices, whether they are on-prem devices, router, switch, firewall, network devices, or database. You need to have those visibility in place, right? Unless and until you have that visibility in a place, you will not able to optimize your expenditure around the IT assets. There are other aspects associated with the CMDB, right? You should be aware about how much I need to spend into the particular quarter, how much I need to spend into the coming quarter, how much I can save into this quarter. In terms of a software, when we talk bit software, bit hardware, you need to have that visibility in a place, right? So this is so for that you need to must have some discovery mechanism in a place. There can be a multiple source for a CMDB. It can be a service now of offerings of automated discovery, or we can have an integration with any third party tool which can feed the data into the CMDB, or we can have a both in a place in terms of discovery sources, in terms of maturing your CMDB. But there are certain configuration which needs to be take care in order to maintain the integrity of your CMDB. Then moving further is the service map. Service map is something which gives you the holistic view of your IT business services or any application which is supporting your business. Let's take an example of any banking environment, or let's take an example of any telecom industry, right? So in a banking environment, one bank can have a multiple vertical business lines. One can have a retail as a one sections, another one can have a loan, personal loan, then the home loan. These are the different verticals for the bank, right? Current account is one of the vertical. Now in order to keep those business application up and running, you need to have a visibility which particular IT component within the my data center is supporting to the critical application. So that particular business centric view comes from the service maps. Okay, then you have a service visibility. That means you have a one at a glance view around the visibility of your business services, around your infrastructure. We will see in more deeper way how service visibility is being provided into the service now IT operation management. That comes primarily into the event management. We will see this. And then yes, the remediation option. So remediation is something always an enterprise try to bring a new learning curve into their technologies, right? Always an enterprise try to see whether I can bring some automation in a place for the day-to-day activities. Any activity which are repeated in a time frame, I should bring some automation in a place so that I can use my workforce into the more productive way. So this remediation can be bring into the ServiceNow IT operation management along with the orchestration in a place where you can have the remediation action in a place. So we will see the couple of examples. We will discuss about them. Okay. Now, what is an offering for IT product suite, ITOM product suites into the service? Now, the service now offer this product into the three phases. One is the ITOM standard, ITOM professional, and ITOM enterprise. What are the offerings into the ITOM standard? And it says that it's good to have. Okay, good to have the visibility in a place. That means you should have at least discovery and event management in a place. Then into the availability phase, if someone wants to improve their journey into the ITOM operation management, once they implement the ITSM, and now once they implement the ITSM and once they complete the phase one visibility is discovery and event management. In the second phase, it has the additional offerings like operational intelligence and the orchestration in a place. So orchestration brings the remediation in a place. Operational intelligence brings the predictive anomaly detections in a place, along with the event management. Then into the agility phase three, ServiceNow says the ITOM journey should go through the cloud management and service mapping. Having said that, this is a ServiceNow ITOM journey through the different phases, but ServiceNow also have a licensing around these phases. Okay, so if someone buys the standard offering, it will get the discovery and event management. Someone buys the professional offering, it will have the additional operational intelligence orchestration, and so on. The cloud management and service map falls additionally into the enterprise offerings for the service now. How the license gets calculated, how the service now calculate the licenses, we will see this into the more into the our deeper sessions around the discovery and CMDB. Okay, on the high level, these are the offerings for the service now IT operation management. Now, how to eliminate the service outage? Let's take an example. What will be the approach of any particular customer should have in a place to avoid the service outage, to bring some proactiveness in a place so that they can avoid the business impact, business in terms impacts in terms of financial revenues and things, in terms of customer happiness, improve the CSAT score, right? So one thing is very clear, as we discussed, right? We should have a business map the business service to infrastructure. You should map your business service to infrastructure. To that, you need to have an infrastructure in a place into your CMDB, right? So first thing, yes, discover them, integrate with any third-party solution with your ServiceNow CMDB, bring those all CI into the ServiceNow, have those identification and reconciliation in a place in order to avoid the duplicates item, in order to improve the CMDB integrity. Then yes, bring the service maps in a place, service map where you can have a business centric view in a place. Then yes, third is you should look into the ingest the event from any third party solutions. So now any enterprise customer, when we talk about the small SMD, small medium or enterprise customer, right, they have a plenty of a solution in a place for the monitoring. Someone is using, and for network monitoring there are different solutions. For event monitoring there are different solutions. For security operations like security incidents, and for the vulnerability detection they have a different solution. Let's take an example, SolarWind, SCOM. Then you can, for the security you can have a Tenable, Qualys, or the QRadar. These are the solution in a place. But what is the challenge over here is that this all solution works in a silo. You need to bring those all different 4 or 5 teams into the same platform to bring the most value out of it, to reduce the MTTR, mean time to resolve, to increase the to identify the root cause. The root cause analysis should be bring into the place, right? So you should have some business centric view. I called this business centric view as a manager of a manager, or I can call it as a operational command center, right? So for that you need to bring those all different teams which are working in a silo on a single platform, right? And that can be happen by having the event management solution in a place where you can bring a different, where you can bring a different where you can bring a different monitoring solution into the service now, right? Then moving further, you have to prioritize the issues, right? You need to prioritize the issue in terms of what needs to be fixed first, right? This is something which is needs to be bring, right? So for bringing that in a place, you need to prioritize the issue. You need to see which business service is critical for me, right? That can be done onto the ServiceNow platform. And yes, at the end, you have the entire visibility in a place where where you build the command center, where you build the NOC dashboard, where you build the SOC dashboard, where every team can sit and look into that business centric view and identify the issues around your infrastructure and act upon it, right? So these are the basic 5 things which needs to be followed in order to eliminate the service outages within any SMD, small, medium, and enterprise customer. So conceptual solution, how it would look like is the applications and the infrastructure where the monitoring tools are in a place. It feeds the data to the event management. Then event management get associated with the CMDB. It can find the CIs and associate that CI with the event which comes from the third party solution. You have a business centric view over here. Then you can create an incident, or either you can create a change, you can create a problem, and the orchestration can take place, take into the actions for the remediations. And those are the further like portals for the any security portal for any service request, or any offerings which user want to place, all right? Or so user can log an incident by itself, or raise and change or problem to itself, right? So this is something on a conceptual solution on a high level. It can vary environment to environment. Moving further, so let's understand the CMDB. As I said, the CMDB is not a platform capability. Is now platform capability is not an ITOM product, right? So CMDB comes out of the box offering with the Now platform. You don't need to purchase an IT operation management. So the concept around the CMDB, most of the customers or most of the beginners has around that CMDB is an offering of the IT operation management. It's not. CMDB comes with the Now platform. Now CMDB stand with the 3 basic parameters like visibility, health, and optimization. So when we talk about the ITOM, these are the 3 primary key things which any customer wants to gain into their organization: visibility, health, and optimization. CMDB is heavily used by these all the modules which are being listed over here: asset management, IT operation management, service portfolio, catalogs, SecOps, GRC, application portfolio, IT service management, right? So these all the modules leverage the CMDB in order to perform in order to make those workflows, in order to digitize their experience around the customer environment, right? So customer leverage the CMDB heavily. So what is more important in terms of having those process runs without any hiccups, right? So it is more important to have your CMDB integrity should be maintained, right? So how CMDB dashboard looks like primarily? So CMDB dashboards, so in order to maintain that integrity, right, you should have some parameter in a place which says that how is my CMDB health. You should be able to see the CMDB health. So ServiceNow has given us a dashboard called as a CMDB dashboard. It can be accessible from a CMDB view, where you can see there are primarily three parameters which calculate the ServiceNow CMDB health. I call them as a 3C parameter, completeness, compliance, and correctness. Okay, if you're able to follow my screen over here, where correctness look for the duplicates, orphan, and stainless. Compliance look for the audits related rules which we have created, and the completeness around the recommended and required field. We will have a more deeper dive view when we have a CMDB sessions. We will look through the CI class manager. We will look through the CMDB query builder. Then we will look for the CMDB search options. Okay. So in a nutshell, on a top level, CMDB plays a vital role into the any platform, okay, on a ServiceNow platform primarily, which supports the different modules. The different modules leverage the ServiceNow CMDB. So most importantly, to maintain the CMDB health in a place. Now talking about this, when we talk about the CMDB, right, we talk about the different sources should be there. It can be a ServiceNow discovery, it can be any third-party integration, right? Now let's take an example. We have a ServiceNow discovery and other things also in a place, right? So how discovery is different, right? What is a functionality? What is a specification of discovery? Let's see that. So in order to feed the CMDB, it's more important you should discover your infrastructure, right? You should discover your infrastructure in terms of facilities, in terms of physical, in terms of logical platform, virtualization, application. Irrespective of the layer, you should find the discover. You should discover the devices. You should map the relationship with each other so that you have a dependency view in a place, right? Relationship view in a place. So ServiceNow discovery helps you to achieve that, to automatically feed those CIS, discover those devices and push them into the ServiceNow CMDB, where you can slice and dice and pull out the report with example for a BU wise report, for example, location wise report, right? So you have that visibility in a place. Further, when that CI comes into the ServiceNow CMDB, device comes into the ServiceNow CMDB, we can have asset management in a place in terms of a hardware asset management, also in terms of a software asset management. So SAM is a separate offering from the service. Now it doesn't comes into the IT operation management. SAM and HAM is comes as a separate offering. Moving further, let's understand how ServiceNow CMDB automated and feed the data into the ServiceNow, right? So ServiceNow discovery is, yes, one thing is definitely is agentless. Okay, we don't need any agent, unlike the other tools like SCCM or Altris or Sapphire. Those are the tools which require the agent to be deployed into it. Okay, so ServiceNow is agentless. ServiceNow is a continuous on the basis of your discovery schedules which you have created, IP ranges which you have created. It can discover your IT landscape. It can discover your cloud infrastructure, right? It is secure. Yes, it is secure. It's have a 3DS encryption. Along with that, it uses the TLS 1.2 encryption in order to communicate with the ServiceNow platform, right? So yes, as I said, the TLS 1.2 been used primarily to travel the push the data from ServiceNow to the mid server to the ServiceNow. Okay. So in terms of what we know is that ServiceNow discovery is agentless. It can be continuous automated discovery. It is secure, and yes, you can discover the on-prem as well as the cloud the resources. Okay, so it's an hybrid, right? How the architecture looks like primarily. So as we all know, right, it is an ServiceNow platform is in a cloud hosted, right? And you should have something in a place in your infrastructure beyond your customer, beyond the firewall. So this line, consider it is in a firewall and it is in a customer environment. So you should place your maid server into the customer environment in order to interrogate your IT infrastructure on the basis of IP networks, IP ranges which you have. Okay, The communication happens on HTTPS 443, TLS 1.2, 1.2 or 1.1 encryption. We can use that, and it uses the asynchronous messaging bus. It's an asynchronous messaging bus communication between the mid server and service. Now we will see in deeper how the mid server can be installed, what are the different things needs to be taken in terms of deploying the mid server onto the on-prem, in terms of deploying a mid server into the cloud environment, irrespective of Azure, AWS or Google Cloud or IBM or VMware. So we can look into those aspects into our sessions. We will have some labs around it. Okay. So how discovery take place? So we know that it is agentless. It doesn't. It can automate it, right? But whenever we talk about the agent-led discovery, right, we should have some mechanism in a place, right? So how ServiceNow discover the devices? Let's take an example of a network devices. It discovered through SNMP credentials. SNMP credentials is simple network management protocol been used, where SNMP has three types primarily: V1, V2, and V3. Out of these, V2 and V3 been used into the service. Now, either any of this, either V2 or V3, we can have those both the configuration in a place into the service. Now, you can decide whether you want to discover a device with V2 or we can discover a device with V3. Similarly, for the Windows servers, ServiceNow uses the WMI queries, PowerShell query in order to discover the devices, Windows servers. Obviously, we need a service account for the Windows servers and Unix or Linux servers over here. The protocol uses into the Windows server is WMI. For Unix is SSH. For hyper versions, it's called the API, and for storage, it's CIM credentials. So these are the common industry best practice protocols and ports being used over here. For SNMP, it is 161 port. For PowerShell, it is or PowerShell slash WMI, it is 135 port. For SSH, it is 22. For the API call, it's an API conversations, right? And CIM is 5989 via SMIS provider. We will go through the in-depth sessions around the network and the other aspects of the other classes of a device, how we can discover it. We will see them, how in a real time the service now sends the instructions, put the instruction into the cloud, and how mid server goes and collect those instructions, interrogate those devices. We will have clear, we will see this into the more deeper session, how this entire journey will look like. Right. Moving further, yes, as I said, clouds and technology supported, right? So if we look into the ServiceNow journey, ServiceNow is adding more functionality into the discovery platform. I was working on this ServiceNow platform from Geneva and Dublin version, right? So I have seen these improvisations. Now ServiceNow comes with the, you can have a discovery in place with the public, private, and the containers, like PaaS solutions, right? So you can discover the Amazon, you can discover Azure Cloud, you can discover Google, IBM Cloud, right? And then when we talk about the private networks, Nutanix, OpenStack, and VMware, the vCenter, ESXi box, the containers around the things, the resources around those private clouds and data centers can be discovered. Then we talk about the container solution like Kubernetes on the OpenShift or Cloud Foundry that can be also discovered from the ServiceNow Cloud Discovery. Okay, so ServiceNow Cloud Discovery. One thing, don't get confused with the cloud management and cloud discovery. Okay, so cloud management helps you in terms of automatically hosting the particular cloud services in terms of a VM or anything, or optimizing the expenditure or cost around it. Okay, but cloud discovery primarily helps you to discover the cloud resources. Okay, and it is an offering of a ServiceNow discovery. So for a cloud discovery, if tomorrow someone wants to discover the Amazon cloud, someone wants to discover Google Cloud, right? You don't need a cloud management subscription for this. Sorry, someone saying something? Okay. If you're not speaking, please mute your speaker. Yeah, thank you. Mike, sorry. So what I was saying that Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, and IBM Cloud, those can be discovered from a ServiceNow discovery. It does not need a separate subscription as a cloud management. It is an out-of-the-box offering of a cloud discovery within this ServiceNow discovery. Moving further, there are so primarily ServiceNow discovery goes into the phases approach in terms of discovering them. scanning phase, classification, identification, and exploration. In this all phases, it goes and try to discover the device. In scanning phase, it try to reach out the IP address and see what is the port open. In classification, it determine whether it is on a network device or a server. If it is a server, what kind of a server, whether it is Windows or SSH. On the basis of a number, whatever port open, it finds into the scanning phase. Then into the identification section, it determine whether I need to create a new CI into the CMDB or I need to update it. We will see in a more granular level how identification works. Then into the exploration sections, okay, it explore the more around the devices. Okay, so this is, we will see on a more deeper level how it will take place. On first most important new feature was discovery is the TLS certificate discovery into the Orlando, where you can discover the application which is using the SSL certificate or TLS certificate. Okay, where you can have a workflow in a place, so that before that certificate getting expired, you can automatically push a new certificate into the particular application. On one more thing is important into the ServiceNow discovery. ServiceNow uses the probes and patterns in order to discover the infrastructure. So probes and patterns are nothing but an instruction placed into the script which execute and collect the information from the device by using the standard ports and protocols, right? And yes, we need a credentials. Now ServiceNow has shifting their view from a probes to the patterns, right? So in the Orlando version, they have given a facility to migrate. You can choose. It is still customer can choose. It is not absolutely stop probes. Okay, you can choose whether you want to move from probes to completely to pattern. Okay, there are a couple of probes they have shifted from. You can choose whether you want to go with the pattern or the couple of new probes. Okay, so slowly but definitely ServiceNow will move from probes to pattern, because patterns have a benefit around the in terms of a job completion. It takes the lower bandwidth and network latency, right? So definitely in terms of improvement of a discovery in a place, ServiceNow slowly move from entire probes to pattern. So this is how the discovery dashboard looks like once you have in a place the automated discovery in a place, where you can track the 7 days, 30 days, and the device. Similarly for the application which is not been discovered, right? So you can have that in a place. Now coming to the service mapping, the most important thing and most complex thing over here is that in a customer or any user mind, they are not able to segregate what is a discovery and what is a service map. So this is something which is most of the user get confused. Okay, so let's understand what we have done. We discover the infrastructure. Okay, we discover the infrastructure. We discover the different logical, physical, and business service or application layer devices, right? But what we have done after that, we in ServiceNow discovery horizontal pattern triggers and discover the horizontal relationship on the basis of the ARP table. ARP is the address resolution protocol, okay, which is been hold the adjacent relationship within the different IP address associated with that device. So it figure out the horizontal discovery, find out the horizontal relationship. But in a service map, what happens? You find the business service, you define the business service. Example, data center as a service, right over here. It define the data center as a service. So for data center as a service, what are the different components are important for me in order to keep this data center as a service up and running, right? I need to find out that. So we define the service over here. What will happen? What happen into that? Okay. Now, let's take an example. These are the business services. This is one of the bank environment business services on the actual ground. Okay, where I myself has done the implementation. Okay, so these are their banking business services. Okay, now in order to run this banking business services, it is more important for me to identify what are the different infrastructure components are supporting to this business. Example, if Oracle database facing some issue, what are the different business services is going to be impacted? If I don't have that hierarchical view, if I don't have that skeleton view in a place, I will not able to understand if this Oracle database started facing some issue. I will not able to identify which particular business application will get impacted. If my business downtime is increases, it will eventually impact my financial it will correlate with my financial losses, right? So in order to avoid those financial losses, in order to avoid unsatisfied user experience or improve the CSAT, right, you should have a business centric view. Now let's take an example. If this Oracle, this Windows VM goes down, okay, what are the different business services will impact? If you have that everything been defined over, if you have this relationship look into over here, you will able to identify, okay, if this Windows VM goes down, it will directly impact the this Alumbashar as a service directly into over here. But there will be a partial impact on the other services like Tadawul and RBS. Those are the other business services will also get impacted, right? So business service map and discovery has a distinguished features like ServiceNow Discovery uses horizontal approach in order to discover your IT landscape and build out the relationship. Where ServiceNow uses top-down approach in order to define your business services and the components which are associated with that particular business services. So make sure that you should always explain in a such a way. Okay. Moving further, let's understand. So this is what I was discussing, right? Dependency mapping versus service mapping. So this is what you are looking is the dependency map. It finds all everything around, up and down and left and right from the device which is connected. Okay, it finds the dependency around it on the basis of ARP table. But in the basis of us in on the other hand, in the service map, it finds the business, it finds the devices, it attach the devices to the business service to give a business centric view. Okay, it is in a top down approach, it is an horizontal approach. Okay, dependency view comes from the ServiceNow Discovery via horizontal patterns, okay, probes and patterns, where into the service maps it comes from a top down discovery, traffic based discovery on the basis of probes and patterns, but it's on the top down discovery on the basis of a traffic base. So how service mapping process is, first thing, yes, you need to have an entry point. When we talk about the top down discovery, you should get into the application through the entry point. Okay, then you should have a host detection in a place. You need to detect the host target machine and see on which particular this application is running. Then you have identification in a place in order to have the identify the application based on the information from an entry point. You should identify those application. Okay, then connection discovery, that is mean discover configure connection to other application, define your connections around the different processes, right? So this is how service mapping process take place. You can either have a schedule in a place, or you can have a timely discovery in a place. Okay, in a business service map, we will see on a practically how it will resulted into the on the platform. Moving further, yes, my interesting thing is the event management. So if you have discovery, service map, everything in a place, what is missing over here in terms of having the item visibility, in terms of bringing those optimization, in terms of improving the your performance, your IT operation management performance and business uptime. It is more important to have your all the event management solution in a one single place. You should have a consolidated view. ServiceNow event management, mark my please note this word. ServiceNow event management doesn't have a capability to monitor the IT infrastructure or any security related infrastructure devices, right? ServiceNow event management is the event engine. It's an event correlation engine which purely run on the machine learning and artificial intelligence, which correlates the event from different third-party solution and bring out the real-time incident which you need to work on the basis of a priority of those events in terms of impact of that particular event to your business services, to your business centric view, right? So event management does not monitor the devices. It's an event collection engine. It's an event correlation engine which runs on the machine learning and the artificial intelligence. By using event management, you can reduce the MTTR, mean time to resolve. You can identify root cause around it. Okay. So without wasting further time, how you can ingest the data into the ServiceNow instance, ServiceNow platform. Okay, there are multiple methods. REST API, SNMP trap, email-based integration, REST pull out of the box connector which is available into the ServiceNow instance. You can look for the any connector or which is being hosted into the marketplace, ServiceNow place, right? There can be a direct integration from cloud to cloud, right? There can be integration, REST API integration via mid server also. And yes, as I said, the SNMP trap. There can, so these are the different tools which I high levelly place over here, like SNMP, Oracle, Zabbix, SCOM, HP, Nagios. So there are multiple tools. We need to identify how they can be integrated with the ServiceNow event management, right? How this data then further processed into the ServiceNow on the basis of event rules and the CI binding and the correlations happen. How the machine learning identify the parent-child relationship in terms of what will be the impact by business service. That all configuration we can look into the our live classes into the ServiceNow event management side. Okay, what is more important? What is going to take away from this side? We have a REST API mechanism. We have SNMP trap mechanism. We have email-based integration. We can have out-of-the-box connector developed by ServiceNow. We can leverage that, or we can leverage the connector which is available on a ServiceNow marketplace. So there are primarily five methods of having an integration with the any third party monitoring solution with the ServiceNow event management. On the next slide, we will look how this architecture will look like. So this is how the event management flow and the architecture primarily. So once the mid server collects the event, or you push the event to the ServiceNow via REST, those five methods which we discussed, right? Those all the events are landed up into the ServiceNow EM_event table, where you play around the event rules, where you define either you rule those event need to be processed further, or that event needs to be enriched before I push them into the alert table. You can define a thresholds. You can define the transformation rules. You can have a filtration in a place. So those all things are play before event are passed from event management event table to the alert table. Then into the alert table, once it comes into the alert table on the basis of a alert management rule, you can define whether this particular alert should be processed into the creation of an incident, or we should run some remediation action, or I should look for the some KB articles, right? So these things will come into the from the event management alert table. You have an incident creation, remediation through via orchestration, or you can refer the knowledge base, and also you can see the impact of your business service, the impact of this particular alert into your business service, and you can calculate the impact calculations. You can have the calculation in a place around these business service. Moving further, so this is what I have talked about the scheduler works and those event fetch further. So this is a business service health dashboard. Now don't get surprised, this is an older dashboard. It is been introduced. So there is a new dashboard been introduced into the Orlando and further release. So this dashboard is primarily for the older version which are before the Orlando, like London, Kingston, Madrid. Those have this business service health dashboard. So the service maps which you build into the older version, you can able to see those service maps over here. Now service map have a different approach. Like one can have an application mapping approach in a place where we just see a top-down approach. You can group them on the basis of a technical capability, or you can tag-based discovery. There is a tag-based discovery also on the basis of which you can build the business service map. As I said, we will look those into the deeper into this session. So, what I wanted to say over here, over this place, you can view the business centric view. Colors itself are more expressive over here. Red means something critical. There are some critical alert on my particular service. I should look into it. Green is everything is okay. Then orange and yellow and amber is something which is something in a major and minor. So this is something in a NOC dashboard I was referring to. You can look into this dashboard and quickly identify, okay, something is wrong with this particular business service, right? So moving further, this is some which is I was talking about, right? So operator workspace, this is something which has been replaced in current event management dashboard. The new landing event management dashboard is there, is called as operator workspace. There are a lot of functionality available into the operator workspace as compared to the older version of a dashboard. You can have a multiple tab open, and you can have those quick jump and out in and out from the one view to the another view for analyzing the events and alerts, the impact around it, right? So this is an operator workspace. There is another function called as alert intelligence has been built into this operator workspace, which work along with this dashboard to bring to help the agent to expedite the resolution process, right? So yeah, so this is what I was talking about, the number of group services you can do. You can group them on the basis of a criticality of the events. You can group them on the basis of a business service severity or priority. There are other things like critical, those you can filter out on the basis of event. If I want to see only critical, I can look for the critical only. Then you can have a filter services by alert, right? So on the basis of, so there are a lot of functionality available into the operator workspace. We can have a deeper deep dive view into the live classes. So this is so once you open this, if you double click on this particular services or this particular box, it will open such this kind of a view where this service map, this is a service map view where you can see if alert is being generated, how it is been impacted to my particular business services, which component is been impacted and why the service is been suffering, right? So this is a business centric view, service map. On a service map you will able to see it, right? And then further you can see the timeline, how soon the so those are the timeline features are available over here, right? You can also see the impact tree. As I said, we will look into the more inside session. So yeah, I was talking about the alert insight, which is the new offering from the Orlando Inspire. So along with the operator workspace, you can see the aggregations of alert. You can find the root cause, right? Top alerts and top incidents creator, top changes, problem. So this entire thing works on the NLP, natural language processing, right? So every similar record in group and display over here, right? To give you more insight around the alerts, to find out the root cause, to find out the solutions, right? So what it resulted into the ITSM and ITOM. Along with this, that you have identified service and generated an incident, automated routing, impact analysis, escalation, cross-functional collaboration. So operational intelligence, operator dashboard being the functional collaboration. Be it NOC, be it security operation team, be it network team or Windows team or Unix team, they all can work collaboratively and bring the resolve the issues. Increase the reduce the MTTR and increase the customer satisfaction. The ROI should get out of the investment. So this is something bring resolve and notify. You should get a mobile notification on the fly, right? So with the mobility in a place now, the agent can also work into the ITT kit. Unlike the previously, the ITSM only have the mobility in a place, right? So how event flow, as we are discussing, the event flow from the raw event receiver, then to the actionable alert, service dashboards, and you have an incident and service map in a place, right? So this is what end resulted into, right? Prioritize and identify service by knowing health and alert, right? The NOC dashboard should be able to do that. Then second, pinpoint the disruption. You pinpoint the disruptions and take the actions around. Either you should create an remediation action or either you should create an incident into it. So this is in nutshell how event management, discovery, and service map works. There are other components also which are operational intelligence, which detects the anomaly on the basis of a lower and higher inbound higher thresholds which are defined around the matrices, which gives you the proactive anomaly detection alert before anything goes down. It will give you the pattern. It learns the pattern around that particular matrix behavior and and give you the heads up before anything goes down. Cloud management we're primarily used for, as I explained, the cloud management primarily used for the hosting and the creating cloud resources or controlling the cloud resources around the Azure, AWS, right? Cloud discovery can be cloud discovery is a part of a ServiceNow discovery. It does not read a cloud management subscription. So what is the summary into the entire ITOM is the faster incident resolution, lower cost and complexity, improved security service availability, holistic visibility, and then the integration with the IT service management. So this is all about the ITOM discovery, service map, and event management. We can have a more deeper sessions in a place in terms of a CMDB discovery, event management, and the service map. That can take around 4 weeks of a time frame to complete the entire training session. So thank you guys. Thank you for being patient. This is all from my end. Over to you, Nilima. Nilima, I'm done. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. I hope Nilima is not there to address you.
Satish,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a small doubt. For ITOM, do we need any prerequisites? Like for development, we need some JavaScripting, right? So like that, do
Right.
we have any?
Yeah. So good question. I appreciate Venkat you bring that onto the table. So for the IT operation management, I will suggest to have at least a knowledge around the network infrastructure, right? What is an SNMP? How WMI works, right? So because everything runs to gather the information from a device. For example, for the network device, it runs on the OID, object identifier. For WMI, it's run on the PowerShell queries and the WMI queries to pull out the information from a registry. So those high level understanding should be there around the discovery in a place. When we talk about the event management, it's more about your thought process and how you can integrate any third party solution with the service now, where you need to have some JavaScripting in a place where you will able to write some REST and SOAP script in order to pull or push the data from any third party solution.
Okay. Hope not high level JavaScripting is not required, right? At least basic level is okay. Okay.
Basic level of a JavaScripting should be required. Basic level of a JavaScripting required, because service now provide nowadays what is happening in the IT operation management. Unlike the previous version, there are out of the box connector develop and build into the service now. You should not find an so there are not previously like 3 years or 4 years you need to heavily write a script, REST API script or a script in order to pull a data from any third party solution. So it's maturing day by day, but having a JavaScripting knowledge, it's an value add.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, as you have already answered the question to the first question. Okay, so people who do not have really background of networking, so is it mandatory first to go through this understanding of networking, then jump onto discovery?
So what we usually do, if depending upon the folks, okay, if people who join the training classes who doesn't have an understanding around the IT infrastructure, we usually run first session around the those IT components, SNMP, WMI, PowerShell, SSH, right? So that people can get familiar around it.
But it would be difficult or easy to
No,
learn?
I don't think so, because on the day-to-day life, we get into the source issues, right? If something is not available, you use the ping command to check whether it is reachable to me. If you want to find the IP address, you do the IP config, right? If you want to find the ports, then you use the telnet command. If you want to see the path which is taken, then you use the traceroute command. So those are the basic level of protocols, and ports should be aware about. You should be aware about it.
Okay, thank you.
And one more thing, like coming to the lab section, see for ITSM and remaining the table section, what development, everything we can practice in the this ServiceNow portal. But coming to ITOM, I had like we need some plugins or some what you say
So
license.
coming to IT operation management, okay, I do understand the pain areas, right? So we need to install a one bit server into the your laptops. We will do that, okay. We will install a mid server in terms of testing the discovery, in terms of building a service map. For event management, I have my labs where we have a SolarWind. There are 8 to 9 tools which has been integrated already. So those labs, those particular platform, we will take to have those real-time scenarios checking around the event generation to filtration, and then for the incident generation, incident creations. So we can build the lab. So the mid server is the something which is a very crucial parameter into the entire IT operation management. Because if you in the IT operation management you interact with the customer environment, right? So mid server is something which is a mediator to provide a data from A point to B point.
Okay, got your point. And finally, what is the fee you need to?
Sorry.
What is the fee structure?
So sorry, Venkat, I can't answer those, but you can get in touch with Nilima for that, and Nilima will help you out on that. Yeah.
Yes, anybody, if you want any related to the training part, you can ask me. Related to the technical part of the ITOM, you can ask to the Satish only. Yeah.
Hi Satish, this is Ravi.
Yeah, Ravi.
I just want to know like how we need only basic networking knowledge, or else we have to go for like Cisco and all those things before attending this class. And what
I
about the
don't.
programming part? It's purely like we deal with ITOM with minimal programming, or else we need to have a high level programming here also.
So in terms of a programming, you are talking about the Java scripting, right?
Yeah,
So as I said, yeah. So for a Java scripting, if I said it's unlike the development, right? You don't need to create a catalogs or something workflows over here into the ServiceNow IT operation management. We talk about the discovery service now, right? Having a basic knowledge of Java will be sufficient enough, right? Now talking about your second point, the CCNA or some CCNP, should I have done those one? I will say no. There is no need of doing that. As I said, the basic things around the protocols, right? SNMP, WMI, PowerShell, then SSH, CIM credentials. Those are the things needs to be brushed up, and I don't think seems any challenge. Reading a 6 page of a book will definitely help you on that.
Okay. So most of this is like an admin part only.
Most of it, like, sorry,
Admin part only. Administration.
admin. So it's not about the administration. What we say is administration on the IT operation management. There is no such as administration. Okay, either you are the consultant into the IT operation management. So in unlike the ITSM, okay, in ServiceNow ITSM everyone is called as a developer or the business analyst, right? But into the IT operation management, the people are called as a consultant. Okay, the consultant for the IT operation management. They are not the developers. They are actually on the process establisher. Because here you don't need 100% development skill. With 10% of a development skill, you can be an expert into the IT operation management. But yes, as I said, having that 6 page of knowledge around the protocols and the ports.
If you don't have any experience on ITOM and we would like to change job, so do we need to justify we have experience of 1 year, 2 year? It's possible for us
completely,
to.
Yeah, Jitesh, coming to those interview kind of a tackling, okay, it's completely depend upon you how you prepare yourself. So I have seen, I took an interview on a daily basis of the resources, okay. I have seen in a couple of scenarios the people who work only on ITSM but having the ITOM knowledge, they can also surpass the interview, right? So it's not about you need to mention that you have 2 years of ITOM experience. What you can say that you have an experience both on the IT operation management and ITSM, where you have done the whatever things you have done in ITSM, and on the ITOM side, discovery, service map, and event management. The people are goes into the technical discussion around the IT operation management, irrespective of whether you have done the implementation or not. But if you have a knowledge on that, anyone can break through that interview. So what is more important is that having that IT operation management knowledge in a place.
Satish, one more thing I just want to make it clear. Like, I want my doubt is like that's separate departments for PLP and discovery is also right.
Your voice is crumbling. So can you please come again? I hope it's for everyone.
I think that was from the Sudhir. Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
now it's
So
clear.
Sudhir, can you please come again? Yeah.
No, this is
Who was?
Ravi.
Yeah. Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah, I heard like there are separate departments for CMDB and as well as Discovery, where once a guy working on CMDB, they do work on CMDB and they rarely get chance in working on Discovery. Is it true?
No, it's absolutely not. So it's completely depend upon where you get, where you want to work, right? So which company you want to work. So for an example, if you are going into the customer centric view, example, there are multiple customers who are using the service now. Now, if you've been selected for the job role for a CMDB, then I think you will be stuck with the CMDB. But when if you have that appetite over there, if customer has the other modules in a place, so few of my training candidate which is already going on, right? So they are also on working on a service platform. They are enhancing this, their organization are expanding into the IT operation management. Nowadays, people want to see the multiple skill into the same resource. So they are joining the courses for the same reason to have the hands-on experience on the IT operation management so that they can carry out those day-to-day maintained tasks. Right? So it's more
Okay.
important how you want to proceed further, whether you want to sit and relax onto the just doing a day-to-day CMDB and discovery job, or whether you want to proceed further with the other activity and grab those opportunity like event management and service.
Okay. So these are the different one. Event management, service mapping, Discovery, and CMDB are interrelated, but they're different.
Though they are interrelated, okay, but these are separate modules within the IT operation management.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi Satish, this is Sudhir.
Yeah, Sudhir.
I have a doubt regarding the lab setup. So to discover the devices, so do we need a network? So right. So in the lab session, so are you providing the such kind of network to get the devices to find the device for the discovery?
So what we usually do, we have one lab, okay, one ServiceNow instance for which we provide the access. Okay, if that is possible, we provide that. Otherwise, we will set up the environment on your laptop by installing a mid server.
Okay. And this material wise, so are you providing the material like do you have any material kind of things, or like are you sending the recording session?
So recording sessions, every sessions get recorded, and that will be get provided to you after the end of the sessions every day.
Okay.
There are some contents around the labs. We provide a lab guides, okay, which designed by the ServiceNow training itself, okay. So those lab guide will be also been shipped with you in order to perform these step by step. So those lab guides are a reference for you, how you can schedule a discovery, how you can schedule a service map, how you can configure a credentials, the troubleshooting approach. So those labs have been designed by the ServiceNow training itself.
Okay. So lab wise, so if it is possible, so you can provide, or else so we can install our system itself.
Correct. We will definitely provide you the lab guide, step-by-step lab guide, which comes with the service. If you subscribe for the ServiceNow courses with $1,200, it gives you the lab guides, right? So those lab guides we will provide to everyone.
So if we enroll for the class, will we getting this guide from your end?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's too much costly to enroll the classes and get that guide.
Those guide will be provided by us.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then I think we are done. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining, and I appreciate your questions. I really enjoy those questions while answering. See you soon into the classes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
Reva?